The main event mama's bringing the heat. Talking life, love, and the wrestling beat. Step in the ring where the real ones meet. Mic in hand. Yeah, we on repeat. Yeah. Tag team champs of the everyday grind. Body slammed out, leave them behind. From the school runs to the grocery lines. Still got time to drop these rhymes. Late night chats over spilled tea. Wrestling moves in reality. Balance it all like it's destiny. Mama life is the legacy. Main event mamas, we run this show from.
Welcome.
Well, hello.
You know we love surprises, so why not one more today, right after Elimination Chamber?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have a lot to unpack. So much happened yesterday that I felt like we just couldn't wait. Like there was so much to talk about that I honestly felt like if we waited, we would do it a disservice because yesterday was just full of all the things. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty confident that there were some surprises for you too. I mean, did you know who Danhausen was?
No, and I thought it was stupid. I literally was like, who is this and why are we here?
We'll get to that. Don't worry. We're going to get to that in a minute. But before we do, I want to remind you that if you're just now seeing us, I'm Kiara.
And I'm Tanisha. As you see, I'm sitting here trying to be on TikTok. So, you know, hi, it's me.
Okay. So she's on TikTok today. And we are going to break down our thoughts on the chamber because, listen, there's so many things. First, I want to say Tanisha was right. Half the time.
Most of the time.
She was right. Half of the time.
No. I got all three right. I got three right.
Okay.
3 out of 4.
Half. Okay.
That's not more. That's more than half. That's 75%.
Touche. All right. You got a C. And I didn't pass. I hear you. Congratulations for you being accurate.
Yes.
We don't. You just get bragging rights. And as you can see, that's what she's living on. Bragging rights for sure.
I sure did. Yesterday I was like, 1 point. I kept going 1 point.
That's ridiculous. I just want you to know I don't do that to you. Nonetheless.
I try. Sorry.
Before we get started, we want to remind you, whenever you are watching us, this is your moment to hit subscribe, right? So if you want to catch all the Mama Madness, whether we want to go live on the midday or you want to join us for the confessions bit, which is at 10 o'clock on every other Thursday, or, you know, sometimes we just go live on a random Thursday. I mean, you never quite know what our schedules are going to allow. So make sure you hit that subscribe button because the only way you get alerted, besides the fact joining our squad and our Patreon, because one of them gets a notification. Maybe not both, but one of them will always get a notification before, you know, we go live.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I have something special to show to Nisha.
Uh-oh.
Guess what I got today?
Our merch?
I got one of our merches. This is our adulting rule book. Came today.
Nice.
Hello, welcome.
Oh, I need.
So we want to remind you that we have merch on our website. You'll be seeing our merch spotlights as we keep going. You'll see new ones that we share with you in between. Perfect for where Kiara writes her notes. Can you see?
Can you do me a favor? Can you take it out the plastic?
I know you was going to say that. I didn't want to.
Yeah, because it's
so nice and pristine.
I know. But it's reflecting.
All right, I will take it out because we'll take a few minutes to do this. Hi, Candace.
You can put it back in his... Hi, Candace.
I can't do that. Here we go. It's still going to reflect. It's a glossy cover. See?
Oh, but now you can be like, it's a glossy cover. Oh, look at me. I'm really reflective. Okay, see? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a little notebook so you can keep your notes like I do for my wrestling events so I know what happened and what we're talking about. So there you go. Very minimal cost for this one. And you'll see our t-shirt and our hoodies coming. So, yeah, I know. I was working too, Candace. You know how it is. Anyway. With that, girl.
Yes.
So first I want to talk about the United Center crowd. How did you feel about them yesterday? their reactions, their overall kind of like energy. What
I feel like that's what an audience is supposed to be.
Loud and boisterous, yeah.
Or even too, like paying attention, quiet, paying attention. These damn kids.
Oh my goodness, you crazy. Anyway,
they literally left the living room to come to the hallway. Like they're all playing a game with their friends. It is like the one child who's the smallest, the tiniest, has to be the loudest at all times.
Yeah, so those are my type people. Okay, y'all gonna have to ignore me because I'm still trying to get over this cold. So I'll just see me while I got my nose a little bit.
I asthma attack today. I think I'm kind of prepared, but who knows? Anything is possible.
Let's not have that. I mean, I think, we might be less boisterous. It's the afternoon. It's not late in the day. So, but the Chi-Town people, I have to say, they did a good job. I mean, it was lit. It was super lit. And I felt like they were in most of the matches, except for that little surprise situation that they had.
Yes.
Question
mark. With the box, everybody was just like, who are you? Just how I was looking. I'm like, who is this? Where did he come from? Why?
Danhausen. He came from AEW, but he was huge on the independents, and he actually did want to go to WWE. Long story. Okay, well, Candace, shout out to Mike for being there, but I need first eye an account. How was that? Was he also confused about who the heck Danhausen was? Did the audience get as silent as it did? As I was sitting there like, ooh, no one knows who this is. That being said,
and on top of that, he came out with
whatever that was. Yeah,
whatever that was. So everybody was just like,
I know. I know. It's really hard if you don't know.
They were better having R-Truth come out the freaking box, okay?
Yes, because we know R-Truth. But I do think after further evaluation, him and Danhausen, R-Truth and Danhausen, are going to be hilarious together. I prefer them to be on the same daggone show so that R-Truth can also be confused. But I will tell you, I was a little underwhelmed with the surprise that they elicited. But what I did enjoy about that moment was watching both Adam Pearce and Nick be like, we opened it. Yeah, that's our job. And the rest is like, we out. Because I also was like, don't do that. Like, we don't sit here. If stuff start moving from the box, we got to go. But also, how did he stay alive that whole time? Can someone give me that rundown on the Danhausen bit? Like, is he a vampire? I will tell you, I did watch him in AEW. I'm just equally as confused, though, as to what it was going to be. Because, AEW sometimes doesn't do all that, like, in-depth storytelling with some people. So, forgive me, but didn't know. Don't know if he's supposed to just be Dracula or... Anyway, this will be fun, I think, because I think it definitely gives us another element of fun where R-Truth be on his own somewhere, even though he'd be holding it down. But he'd be on his own somewhere. But Danhausen, I don't know how this is going to work. I'm very curious to see how he integrates. So I'm not going to judge yet. I'm going to give it a minute, and then I will come back. Yes, Candace, yep. Exactly. I do think that they made it such a big deal that it was like, what? Like, it should have been Chris Jericho. I mean, it should have been someone that the audience was familiar with and knew if you were going to make it that big a deal. I would have rather them have that particular crate show up that night and then they open it that night versus us wait and be like, what? And then we also didn't get any hints. So remember, before the Wyatt 6 came back, we had all these hints, so it kind of built this intrigue. So I think this is kind of the storytelling part of it, right? We don't know who that is. So you really have to educate the audience and let us know. Because right now, everybody probably looking like you who don't know who Danhausen is with the question mark, right? So I definitely get it. And y'all can feel free to tell me I'm wrong. Feel free to chime in the comments and be like, listen, Kiara, you don't know what you're talking about. Write out Danhausen. It's going to be so great. Tell us why. Because Tanisha looked real confused last night when we were watching it. She was like, who is this? I'm like,
I think I even feel like I said, okay.
Yes, you did. She did walk away. You, in fact, did walk away, which I thought was hysterical. I was like, dang, is this just me? Can you hear my kids too yelling, playing a game? Can you hear that too? It's crazy work. Ooh, girl. Did they just say mommy?
No. He said you're so dumb right now.
Wow. Okay. Let's talk the women's elimination chamber. All right, y'all. There's a lot to unpack here.
Is it Monday yet?
No, it's not Monday. I'm sorry. And I'm not looking forward to it because I gotta get up and go to work tomorrow. I think that's what's tomorrow. Anyway, so Raquel really stole the show, I feel like, in that chamber. She was really just tossing poor Tiffany around and pinning people and getting rid of them. Like, I thought Raquel really shined overall. So what were your thoughts?
No, I think Kiana.
Kiana, she did too. I thought she did a fantastic
for somebody who didn't really know too much about her, and then other than, like you said, she was a mouthpiece, but my love and hate relationship with SmackDown is, and Julia, it's not like a thing. And so Julia. I think it was cool to watch her start the match and be so dominating.
Yes.
And really making a name for herself. Like, this is who I am. I'm not somebody's just mouthpiece. Like, I am actually very fluent, like in a powerhouse, and I can stand on my own.
And aggressive. That girl, she came to win. And I was like,
when who did she kick in the face? Was that Alexa? She did something to Alexa, or what did she?
I mean, she definitely tried to spear Asuka through that daggone chamber.
Yes, that's what it was. Asuka's thing open and she didn't even get a chance to get out.
I was like, poor Asuka didn't make it. But then,
and then too, was she Tiffany?
Yes, Tiffany got beat down.
I'm just gonna sit here for a second because I need to regroup because that was a lot. Like, yeah,
I do agree with that, Candace. I am glad that she's showing why they brought her up because that's the Kiana I knew. Like, Kiana was not a joke. I know she did get hurt. She hurt her knee, but it was nice. And she's been training. We talked about this a little bit in our live on Thursday. She's been training with Charlotte and it shows, right? Like, she was dominant and impressive. And I'm like, all right, thank you. Move her away from Julia's shadow a little bit so we can see what she's all about. I thought she did an amazing job, 100%. But
I mean, even too, she could go up against Jade because that power,
you know what?
And that both, I think that would be a good.
You think so?
Yes. If we look what she did though. Just think about it. She from the gate was just boom, 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 boom. Like, I don't even think for a moment. Yeah, like Raquel may have overpowered her in that one moment, but I felt like she was just cruising through. Like, she was just, I need to show y'all who I am. Like, it was like she also had to prove it to her. She was proving it to herself. Like, this is who I am. So that's why I'm saying, yeah, I can see her. Like, I could have saw her win and pull the biggest upset and go against Jade because I think Jade needs somebody. I'm not saying she don't need Rhea, but I just think she needs somebody also on her level, but has the same. I don't know. I'm trying to find the words to. I would have been here for it. I would have been here for watching those two going against each other.
My problem is I don't think that's a WrestleMania match yet.
Probably not, but it definitely.
That's my problem. I don't think
be a match though.
It should, and I think we still have to build up Kiana a little bit to get there, though, right? And I would argue Jade needs someone who elevates her, right? So this is why I was actually kind of disappointed that Charlotte didn't, because I really feel like Charlotte would have brought a little bit more of that star power to the chamber. Because the one thing that I took away from it was like, like, I wasn't as excited about the women's chamber I normally am. And like I said, I just felt like it lacks some of the star power. Yes, we had Rhea and Alexa Bliss, but there's a drama that Charlotte brings to it. There's a drama that Jade would have brought to it. There, you know what I mean? There's something that I felt like was missing in the kind of like chemistry of that match. But it was still impressive and it was brutal. And I felt like they gave as good as they got. Asuka still had time to spit in somebody's face. So excellent work. Like, I just was like, I don't think either one of us picked Rhea, did we?
Nope.
That's the one you didn't get, right? Yeah.
That's the one that we both didn't get. Yeah, no, I picked Kiana. And you picked
Tiffany.
Yep.
Yes, I picked Tiff. Yeah, I
mean,
could definitely
Tiffany got
see
her ass beat though. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yes. Candice, I do think she could be a U.S. champion. I think they got to build her up to championship status with her. I wish they would have done that with Jade, but I also know that they were in a bit of a kerfluffle situation.
Hold on. These kids doing too much. Hold on. I got to tell that boy to be quiet. Give me a sec. I'll be back.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Get some water while you out, too. You picked Rhea, Candice. I know that's right. I mean, I don't know why we didn't. I don't know why I didn't. I feel like they've been teasing us that Rhea's going to go back into the main event picture. They don't have the tag team titles. That should have been probably obvious that she was going to go back there. But I just don't know. I feel like that's one of the biggest concerns I have about WrestleMania at this point is for this side, it doesn't feel like it used to feel a couple years ago where they could have been the main event. Or I will say Rhea and Charlotte like stole the show the night they had that match. So I'm like, their second match, not the first one at WrestleMania that no one went to. But I feel like it just didn't have that spark to me. But I did enjoy it and I thought it was brutal. And I thought they gave as good as they got and it was fantastic to watch. I just feel like we were missing something. But then Rhea doing that power bomb or whatever that was off the cage. I think Joe Tessitore called it a cannonball. I'm like, I don't know what that was supposed to be. It was really being extra special. Yeah, they was being extra special on commentary last night, but that particular thing looks really rough as well. So I'm like, you know what? They deserved it, but yeah. And I hear you, Candice, that they picked Rhea for the star power, but I'm not sure Rhea and Jade, again, like the way that we used to look at WrestleMania is that you do have all these matches that are big deals, right? That make you feel like it's going to be the match you want to see. Do I want to see Rhea and Jade? Not necessarily. Not saying it wouldn't be a good match. I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure it's going to be memorable. And I think that's what you're looking for when you're looking at a WrestleMania match. So that's where I'm kind of taking that. But I do also want to point out that Jade was just chilling in her skybox and she was just living with her bob. And I was impressed. Yeah, you told him to be quiet?
Yep.
I hear you. But yeah, I'm talking about Jade and how she kind of came, how she was like watching in her skybox with that cute hairdo and was living. That's what I just said. Hey, Dalton. So, Candice, you do think that Rhea and Jade is a WrestleMania match, just not right now. See? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't feel like the timing is right. And I think it would have been better if we had built up some intrigue along the way. They don't interact. We haven't really seen them together because Rhea has been mostly on Raw and Jade has mostly been on SmackDown. And I just am like, yeah, I don't feel that need to want to see them or move those tickets that they're talking about needing to be moved.
But it now makes sense to why they took the titles off of them.
Yes, it does.
But at the same token, y'all are right. There is no buildup. And I think that's what the problem is where they're going now with their storylines. They're not like, it's night and day, right? Like we had Seth, which we'll talk to later. That buildup of who is this? What is going on? What's happening? Oh, look, there he is. But we made sense. We understand why that happened because of what happened before he left.
Right.
The storylines and what they're building with the women are not connecting or making sense.
They're not as strong as they should be.
Correct. Because what have made even better sense was literally giving the title off of Jade maybe giving it to somebody who Rhea and them were fighting against. So Lash or whoever else. Excuse me. And then they already have a storyline there.
Yes.
So now the build-up is like, ooh, what's happening? Instead of just like, now I'm gonna build the story now. Now that we know you're gonna be there, now we're building the story.
It's too late. Right. It's too late to build that story. But here's why I thought Charlotte was a good choice, which is also why I was annoyed that she wasn't in the chamber. You saw that crazy interaction between Jade and Charlotte. That made you be like, you know what I mean? Like there was a thought process there. There was an interest in seeing them further that story. Whereas now I'm like, Rhea? I mean, sure.
Unless they make a triple threat.
I don't want that.
It seems like lately that is what they've been doing for the women's championships at WrestleMania.
I don't want that. If they told the story properly. But see, again, if they told the story properly, maybe. But right now, if you add Charlotte to this, then you want the belt on Charlotte. You see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense for Rhea to be in that match, to just be standing up the match versus creating a storyline that makes you think, oh, do I want these two together? Like, I want y'all to fight. And right now, I don't know that I want y'all to fight. I don't know what the intrigue is beyond that.
I think what it is they're trying to say two powerhouses against two powerhouses. But I also feel like Jade is not a powerhouse right now. Because they're not building
her up. They built her up that way. That's right. I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. So, I don't know. I think that's where we're going to net with that right now. Candace, I thought Rhea was going to be champs until Mania and then have them drop the belts in a 6-pack ladder match. That would have been fire, actually. But I do want to preface this by saying I enjoyed what happened on SmackDown. I really like that they gave Nia and Lash the belts because they actually have spent the time making them this tag team, right? Like they have a tag team name and they have like this energy between them that is building up and being dominant. That I could see in terms of like where that's going to go. So they've been building Charlotte versus Jade since Jade came to WWE, so they should have pulled the trigger. What I would have done is wait for Liv to announce who she would face on Monday after the champion. We already knew who Liv was going to face, though. Yeah, all that drama true. With
that was extra.
Stephanie, we already knew. Go ahead. Sorry, you were there.
So we got some comments on TikTok.
Oh, TikTok, what's up, y'all?
I want to get us there. So we have.
Why are you not showing up on our stream, TikTok?
I don't know, but here we go. I got you. So, the Exclusive Night Pack podcast said that they agree that the build-up for Rhea and Jade hasn't been there at all. Thank you. We appreciate you. And then we have Joe, who says Charlotte would have been better, but how they were teasing it for as long as they was. But Rhea, they have big ticket sales. Oh, so of course they're going to book her. Also, which I don't mind, but Charlotte would have been better with the story with Alexa.
Yes. yes. Everything you just said. Yes. I agree with you wholeheartedly. It's just a lack of buildup. It's what happens. It's why I think Triple H has been avoiding any like accountabilities thus far. Like this time on the post show, he didn't even go out in front of the crowd. He was backstage.
What?
He didn't go in front of the crowd. I was like, oh, so this is what we doing now? Now we hiding. Like, okay. It's a choice. It was disappointing to me because I feel like things he promised, I know they need to hire you, Candace, because I really enjoyed that. I'll read this in just a minute. But one of the things I think is that when he came into power, it was all this conversation about I listen, I hear the fans, I incorporate these things. And I feel like that has gone the wayside, right? You are not doing any of these things. You're just doing what you want or what's good for business from a financial perspective. But then y'all shooketh when nobody want to buy tickets. And you got to do things like a blackout because nobody want to buy tickets.
That's true. Because I feel like they've never done that. And that's just because, because also, too, I think, too, the nostalgic of going to Vegas 2 years in a row is like, we've been there, done that. I don't want to go to Vegas. Like the whole point of WrestleMania was to bring revenue to different states
That's right.
and the travel and all these different things. And now you just got so focused on, oh, we made so much money in Vegas, let's do it again. And it's like, no, because now you have left a sour taste in other people's mouths because it was already announced. Y'all always announce it
years in advance.
And now people are like preparing, doing these things, and you're like, nah, since we did so good there, we're gonna run that back. And now you're fumbling because now you're not doing as good. Because I don't think they had any blackouts or any of that other stuff last year, unless they did.
No, okay. This is new because the tickets are not selling.
Yeah,
it's new. I mean, it's the same reason. Like what they did is like they moved, I think, 1,400 tickets for Elimination Chamber in the days prior to Elimination Chamber.
But did the ticket price go down?
Yes, that's my point. The ticket price went down. And they did the same thing for WrestleMania, but I don't think that they're going to move those tickets like because of how, I mean, we talked about this, how pricey those tickets are. You know what, Candace? They do need to hire you because I really like this idea. Have a triple threat for the Raw Women's belt, and then that leaves Jade open and somehow get Charlotte to be the number one contender at Mania. I think that's a good idea. I like that because it's something. And also, we have something to tell this story. You cannot tell a story without building the pieces that put it together. That's how I feel about that. And I don't know what is the hard stop about this. Why is it so hard to build a story? It's not too late if they had done it properly. And I really do feel like that whole interaction between Jade and between Charlotte was something. Like it definitely got our eyes, and I feel like that
this is what they're going to try to do.
We should ended up
at Backlash is after. Unless they're going to try to. Is there another Saturday night main event before WrestleMania?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay. Well, this is where they can build that up too. But then, like I said, they would try to make it a triple threat match because then they can have Charlotte and Jade go up against each other and all these different things, and then it becomes that. But I do want to comment again on what they are saying over here on TikTok. So the Exclusive Night podcast definitely said there would be more story there, as well as answering my question about this is the first time that they've done the blackout, and it's definitely a TKO move, of course.
Yes, it is.
It makes sense.
Yeah, I'm like, well, you have to remember. So after Elimination Chamber, we have NXT
is next week.
And I was like, and the next event looks like it's WrestleMania. So I don't know that there's another PLE between now and WrestleMania. Okay, all right, Candace. I just also feel like they haven't addressed Liv getting involved in Raquel's title match. They just supposed to be cool after that. We talked about that.
They haven't. Nope. They haven't. And that's why I said something. I said, and now they're just some happy, oh, we're happy and I'm not mad. Girl, what? She cost you technically the title. Because you know what?
She did.
I could easily say you jealous because you knew that I could have won. And you won it. And you don't want to fight me because you don't think you can beat me. You see? I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see another one. I was trying to check to see if there were some Saturday night main events coming up, and I'm like, nope. We just got our regular TV schedule. So, no.
But yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh, look at y'all. You know, I came to hang out on YouTube. Okay. If Raquel won and chose to face Steph, it could have worked to have Charlotte make her way to face Jade, and it would have gave more story for Liv and Raquel. Absolutely. I can see that too. Because I also feel like I like how dirty it's getting between Liv and Stephanie, but I do think there are other layers we could have used to make it stronger, right? Like, I definitely think Raquel should absolutely cost Liv that title, but we're not going to get into our WrestleMania predictions yet. Not yet. But I feel like if it was me, that's what I would be doing. I'd be plotting on her. Let her know that.
I'd be like, yeah, we friends. And this is what betrayal looks like.
That's right. Stabbing you right in your back. Exactly. All right. Let's talk AJ Lee and Becky Lynch and that phenomenal freaking match.
Yes.
That thing was so good.
Yes. It gave me
I just want to applaud Becky. And I really want to do this because Becky is the greatest, and she's not the only one who says it. Other people say it, and I am saying it. Kiara of Main Event Mamas is saying Becky is the greatest. She did a fantastic job in this feud. It didn't feel like she skipped a beat from I Hate AJ from months ago. I still do. We remember all the breadcrumbs we saw her in the backstage having a little fit. I felt like it was a worthy feud for this moment, despite that time had passed. So I just thought they did a great job, honestly. And then
okay. Well then. She's a little frozen right now. I will sit here and I know.
I'm back now.
It's okay. Right in mid thought too.
Where did it stop me?
Girl, I don't know, because I was about to start talking about what they said on TikTok.
Well, you can tell me what they said on TikTok and we will come back to whatever I said.
Don't Kick Us said Sports Illustrated says it. So he was agreeing with you.
Kiara says it too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kiara says it too. Yes, this is her best work. I agree. This is the problem. So my kids aren't being loud, but they're trying to, take all the internet. So I'm going to be kicking them off shortly. We're going to worry about that later. Yeah, I saw Tanisha's face. She did carry that match for AJ. I absolutely agree. But I also think they had a good compatibility in the ring too. So I thought they looked great together.
I wouldn't say she carried it. I think maybe in the beginning, but towards the end, no.
No, I think, well, remember, AJ, what does she call her? Oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't her. That was her husband calling Rusty Reigns or Roman Reigns. But let's be clear that AJ hadn't had a match for a really long time, not a one-on-one match in the first place. And I do think she needed that. I think AJ needed Becky to kind of carry it at the beginning because it's been a minute.
Yeah,
and
I'm not saying like in the beginning, yeah, for sure. But I think once she got back in the rhythm,
yeah,
to me that was classic AJ. See, I lived and watched AJ when she was back in the day, so I felt like it was classic. It became, once she started getting her rhythm, once all that stuff was happening, it pretty much just started carrying, like they both was carrying each other. I mean, Becky for sure.
I don't know that AJ was carrying Becky.
I didn't say she was carrying Becky. What did I say?
You said carrying each other.
Carrying each other. Yeah, I mean, I think so. At some point, yes, I think so. But that's me. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
Yes, I agree. But no, I'm saying that I don't think so necessarily. Is that I feel like if you watch this match, then you really see how good Becky is, right? She's excellent at showcasing what other people do. She takes the hits crazy. And even when and then shout out to Jessica, because Jessica Carr, girl, you did the thing.
You know what's going to happen? It's going to be Jessica supposed to be a wrestler versus Becky soon. It's going because Becky.
Well, Jess is a wrestler.
I know.
She is a wrestler.
I know. She's been training.
Yes, and she looked good as hell in that match. I was like, girl, when she took that turnbuckle, I was like, somebody give her a hug and some ice. Like, I wanted to be like, you taking one for the team, and I would love for Becky and Jess to end up having a match because she can, right? And it would be another opportunity for Becky to really lead somebody out of the darkness, just like she did for Maxine, even though they put her back there with this nonsense with their storytelling, even though I love me Natty's new energy. I just feel like the way that they tell the story is inconsistent. So here we are.
I mean, I will tell you, this is once again, you're starting a good story because this has been a constant between Becky and
it's
Jessica.
A thread. Right.
And I'm surprised Becky hasn't said anything yet on social media because, I'm just expecting her and waiting for her to be like, it was all Jessica. All Jessica fault. Like, I didn't do anything. But what I do like is the fact that they made her tap out twice. So it was like,
yes,
you tapped out twice, homie. So it's not even like you can't even say no. If we roll the tape back, you tapped out twice.
Yeah, she did. But I do want to say this one thing, and I brought it up to say, I agree. I do wish AJ had a few more matches. This is my biggest issue. I'm going to be on a soapbox for a second, so y'all ride with me for a minute. This is one of my biggest issues with the way they're booking things now. And we talked about this a little bit before about how Roman might have wanted to do a full-time schedule, but they only gave him 6 days. We talked about what they did for John Cena, right? Like he was like, I want to be here all the time. It was like, we only need you for so many days. When you do that, then you kill the stories when it starts. And you don't give the talent enough time to warm up, to get their legs underneath them, to get in front of an audience, for us to get to know them, for them to get to know us again, because the audience tastes change and the wrestlers change. And we should be able to evolve together. But we're not doing that. Instead, we're starting and stopping with them all the time. So I guarantee you, when we see Roman wrestle again, we're going to be like, he might do something that make all of us, but it makes sense because you're not using him the way you need to in front of the audience. It's one thing to train behind the scenes. It's going to be a whole nother thing to train in front of your audience. So this is why I also think that when they do this thing of like getting rid of house shows, it hurts everybody. All right, I'm off my soapbox. All right, anyway.
No, I agree with you. I mean, just like look what happened with Nikki, right? She had a lot of, and you could tell you were like, what are you doing? But finally, she started getting her groove. But they also had her do different matches. Now, granted,
right,
the Bella twins are gone, so I don't know when they're coming back.
Are they also on that limited schedule situation that everybody on?
That's what I'm saying. They need to stop doing that, like, because you are only hurting. Now you're striving for these big pops versus just trying to build great content, because you would constantly get the big pops, just like how you get the constant big pop for Rhea, for Asuka, for all these people who are regulars. You'll get these for these people if you do it correctly.
Okay. We're going to have to kick it with y'all because y'all, we seems like we in the same wheelhouse. Exclusive Nights podcast. All right, Candace. She already been on the socials. Hold. I'll find it. Let's continue.
Okay.
Y'all know I was sick. I was asleep. Okay, I'm sorry. Kiara been between books and bed as she's trying to feel better. I'm sorry. I'm going to go look at it. I'm sorry. The first thing I see is Randy Orton looking delicious. I'm sorry. Let me stay focused. This is your fault.
That was because I said something yesterday. I sure did. I mean, I don't know, the lightning and the gliss. I don't know what was happening over there. It was just a lot going on.
Yep. Becky is freaking out on socials.
Oh, she is? What's she saying? Because I sure didn't know. I'm not,
Becky is freaking out. Oh my God. I don't even. Okay, you ready? I'm
ready. Tell me. What's she saying?
You were so right about this. So,
she started
17 hours ago. 17 hours ago, she screamed car. I don't know how many A's, double the R's, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, times 13. And then I'm calling the biggest and the baddest lawyer on the planet. The bull rhino is about to be unleashed. This is not over. I hate Chicago. Multiple exclamation points. I am demanding that Adam Pearce do his job for once in his life, suspend corrupt Carr without pay, complete a full internal investigation, 3 exclamation points, strip absolute joke of her title, 3 more exclamation points, delete the Triple H photo, 3 exclamation points, and this all must be done immediately with 5 exclamation points. What? And then Carr stopped AJ from making contact with the exposed turnbuckle, but allowed me to run right into it. Corruption at the highest level.
Well, I mean, you should have stopped. You knew it was over.
And I'm done. One more. She can't keep getting away with this. First of all, she missed the width because she was clearly in her moment. So it just says she can't keep getting away this 9 exclamation points or so. So my point is,
well, we have Laura on TikTok saying she is something else. She is something to the else.
I love being Becky. I love me. I was like, so in between putting your kid to bed, is this what you're doing? Like, I got time for petty today because I just be asleep. I don't. That's just my life. I don't know. But I love Becky. Y'all don't even know the love I have for Becky is epic. And in my manifestation, we are going to interview her one day.
We are.
We are absolutely going to do that.
And I have to answer to the questions of me saying that she is not the best. I don't care if Sports Illustrated says so or not. It's okay. I can live
And
with
Bleacher
it.
Report and Kiara. We not the only.
Whatever. I
Anyway,
can
the
live with
point
it.
is,
It's okay.
I did also love that CM Punk came out. We can fight it out. Okay. I did love that CM Punk came out to celebrate his wife because you know what? If I don't love nothing about CM Punk, I love the way he loves AJ. So yeah, I see that collab request. I'll be in your DMs. Don't worry.
Yes, I mean for sure. I think I love how he definitely loves her for sure. Like you could tell that, or even like too, like when he came out, he sure skipped at the end. Listen,
I didn't even see it. I was like, he's skipping. I tell you,
he did,
on that
and
medicine.
I will say that was like the greatest. I mean,
not the greatest.
I'm just saying. I mean, technically, I love how Seth talk about Becky too. Like you see his eyes all light up, and you'd be like, "Oh, so that's so nice."
He loved him some nice. Becky as well, 100%.
And you loved.
100% does he love him some Becky? I love it. For me, I love when a man loves his wife. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Out loud.
Out loud and as loud as possible, right? All right. Let me do my really quick. Go ahead. We're talking the CM Punk Finn Balor of it all, and I'm gonna let you go first because I'm gonna
tell you. I already knew it was gonna be a good match because Finn is really breaking away from Judgment Day. Like he is breaking away. Like it's not, kinda. No. He's breaking away. And the fact that match was so good. Yes, we did. Yeah, listen.
How dare he disgrace both titles this way?
I don't know. Oh, wow. Okay, not disgrace both titles. I'm done. If this was Seth doing that, you wouldn't be like, oh, that's a great way to have the titles.
I mean, because he looked tired. I agree with Roman. He looked tired, just like I was tired last night. I'm just saying we was tired. And no offense, I'm sure he looks great, but he disgraced both titles because really the way that Seth did this, by the way, it was Seth and Becky. So you know, that's a jest.
Okay, sure. Anyway, so I will say it was great. Now, did you notice how Finn did stop for a second to look to see if they were coming? He looked over. He was like, "Are y'all going? Should I call y'all? Do I need y'all? Nah, I don't need y'all." And he kept going. And I was like, at first, I thought they were showing up because I kind of like turned my eye for a second. So I was like, did they show up anyway after he told them not to? But then I realized no, they actually listened to him, which also tells me even further away that he will be Finn Balor all by himself again. And I hope he does get a chance to go after the title again and actually get it because he deserves it.
He does. I'm
really hot.
I know. I'm sweating now. Sorry, y'all. It is 70 degrees here, so y'all just
who knows?
Anyway,
outside it's crazy. I'm hot.
70 degrees. Anyway, so listen, I'm very upset about this outcome of this match. I know I should not be. I know I should have been prepared for CM Punk to keep that thing, but the way Finn showed up, I don't understand why he's not a world champion. Like I'm a little lost as to how he got lost in WWE. I'm like, we have all these part-time people. Why can't we give Finn a title and let him run with it? Like, I love me Dominic, but he's also has how many titles? Like, I mean,
that's true.
Finn should be somebody's world champion.
He should, or he should take that title off of Dom.
I think he could have took the title off of Punk, and I think it would have been fine. Like, I feel like that was a equitable.
I'm gonna open this window. I'll be right back.
You do that.
I'm hot.
I'm sitting here wishing I could touch the fan right now, but I can't because once I get up, I'm done for. Anyway, but I feel like that's like, what in the world? How are we missing the greatness that is Finn Balor? Like he's excellent with the media. He is someone who is a phenomenal athlete. He's really remarkable, and he's special, and he has this unique connection with the fans. So why is it that they're not giving him this moment? Because he absolutely should have had this moment, in my opinion. I understand that we're building for Mania, but he could have lost it and got it back. I mean, like, come on.
That's true.
He could have lost to Chicago with that special entrance, okay?
I like the entrance.
Listen here.
So I get it.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, I remember the Chicago Bulls because, you know, I live in a house of sports fans. But at that time, anyway, not now. Yeah, no, I didn't care for that. Let's see. I agree with the build-up they did for Finn. Made no sense just for him to lose. Exactly. It made no sense to make us believe what's going to happen and just be like, yeah, deuces. What? Craziness. I mean, he was tag team champs with JD, and I still feel like they didn't showcase Finn. He's so good. They didn't. And JD's really good too, actually, to be honest. Like, I don't know if you saw a lot of his crazy matches. I think you call him an ace or something. Like, he is fantastic as well. We have a lot of talented people that don't get their proper shine. Mm-hmm. But if you told better stories, they could. That's all I'm saying. So I'm going to go there and say that.
I think they're too worried about who's a face, who could be a face. And what the
title could go either way, though.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that they're worried about, because remember, when you get these championships, now you're the face of the company. And they're too worried about who could be a face of the company. And I think Finn could, because technically he still never regained. After he won the title the first time, and he had to turn it over within 24 hours. He's never won the title since.
I know.
Which is crazy. He was good enough for y'all to give it to him the first time. So why is he not good enough for y'all to give it to him again?
I don't know, because he's had amazing matches with Seth Rollins, with Roman Reigns, with CM Punk. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. And I understand that somebody has to go over. But does it always have to be the Codys or the CM Punks of it all? Because look at what's happened to Cody. Like, they done turned on that man so fast. I don't even know what to tell you. And I love me some Cody, but even I was tired of him.
They're turning on Cody because he is still trying to be the good guy, and we know he's a heel.
He's not. He's not a good guy. If you watched him in the chamber,
that's what I'm saying.
Which is where we're going now. We might as well just go ahead and skip to that part now.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's where I'm going at. Where I think we're getting tired of y'all keep pushing us to him as the good guy when we're like, he ain't the good guy no more. He is a heel.
No,
and we need to just jump on. Y'all need to jump on board because we already know he's a heel.
Absolutely. I agree with you. He is a heel. And he's an excellent heel if he wants to lean into it. I mean, the problem is that when you're milquetoast, when you're in the middle, sometimes it hurts either side. You just got to pick one, right? So I agree. I do think, oh, yes, exactly. I do think that it would have done so much more for Finn. But I'm hoping his time is coming, right? Like, I'm hoping his time is coming. And what's concerning me about this is, like, my initial thought was when they had the titles, they had one for Roman because, keep it because that's Roman. And then they had this other, they created this other one that I assume was going to move more, right? Mm-hmm. But it feels like we're trying to recreate the same thing with Roman, and you ain't going to get it because it's Roman. And CM Punk is not Roman. And Cody Rhodes is not Roman. Mm-hmm. And you're not going to get that level of popularity and excitement in that reign. And even I will argue that reign got a little old at the end. We were like, TikTok, why is he still on this belt? Because we had the same finish a million times, which is why I want to go back to something I saw in the comments a minute ago about the interference. Like, how many times are you going to have the same finishes? How many times are you going to have the same things go on and on and on? Like, it gets boring. It gets really boring. And you start to be like, well, I know who's going to win, so why watch it, right? So all that to say, I would like this belt to move more. Mm-hmm. I would have liked Cody to have lost the belt a couple times and got it back. I think this is the belt that you really could use to build up these title reign numbers, right? Mm-hmm. Which, again, we're moving on to the men's Elimination Chamber match. And I just want to say this. I'm really, really happy it's Randy.
Yes.
I am so freaking happy it's Randy. But I will only accept him winning. Period. I will only accept him winning. Period. I love Drew. Y'all know how much I love me some Drew McIntyre, but
that's getting old
no.
too. Like you're just interfering with random people matches just because you want to. Like, and then even like
Ooh.
I like how they checked him at the end, where it was just like, nah, I told you to stop. You ain't listening. He's like, I told y'all what I was gonna do when I became champion. He was like, and nah. Now,
yes, Nick Aldis plays no games. Like I was like, he must run a tight ship at home. Okay, like you won't be doing this. Like I was like, shout out to Mickey. Her life might be significantly.
And they were still stressing out Adam. Okay, Adam was.
They were. Oh my God, poor Adam.
Trying to help Nick.
Do I need this job? Yes, I know. This is my problem, Candace. This is my problem. So, like we just said, yes, I'm happy as Randy, but I do not like that Cody's getting another title shot to spite Drew now. Because the whole premise of the last one is that he was not, of the last matches, he was never going to be able to like challenge for the title again. But now we're walking that back. So why do it in the first place?
Because Drew ain't listening. And Drew
don't ever listen.
Right. But I think the fact and what Nick said was, because you keep trying to make sure that Cody don't win, now I'm doing this to spite you. Because you keep going after making sure Cody doesn't try to win. Like you're not even giving it a fair shot to see if he could win or not win. You are just like, nah, it's y'all.
I mean, Drew is petty.
Sure. I know he's petty.
He's petty. He don't care.
At some
like
point,
Seth Rollins petty. I like it.
Yeah. But at some point, we're also recycling the storylines. So Seth left, and now you pass it on to Drew so he can be upset with Cody. But he's upset with everybody. He's upset with everybody in the locker room. Everybody can get it.
Yeah, he stay mad. Yes. You know what? We said the same thing, which is why we did not like the WrestleMania commercials. I was like, y'all never should have done that, because the problem is now you told us who you're going to put in the main event.
Or who's, maybe not in the main event, but who is at least going to be at WrestleMania.
Like you could have, I mean, couldn't it just been Triple H doing that same commercial 13 times with multiple wrestlers all over the place who may or may not be in WrestleMania? Why did it have to be those people?
Or it could have just been, he could just did his funny commercial with all the celebrities trying to be in WrestleMania. He
did too. He did the one where he announced WrestleMania. He did the one where all the celebrities, that was the one for Super Bowl, right? And then he did another one. There's another one he did too. So I'm like, listen, I don't think y'all needed that commercial, even though it was fly, and I do like seeing all them dressed up at dinner. But I just don't. I think they ruined it for us.
Well, then if that's the case, then we know Charlotte's going to be there.
She is.
Tiffany.
Mm-hmm. Guaranteed. Charlotte and Tiffany are going to be on the WrestleMania card somewhere. It's still 2 nights, right? You still gotta remember that.
Because Io's in there.
Io's going to be on. Is Io on?
Yes.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And Liv, we already know, Liv run Royal Rumble, so she's definitely doing that. There's no Stephanie, because there was no Stephanie there at the time of filming. Maybe, maybe not. But, like, I'm over it. I don't like these. I like to surprises as much as anyone. And this kind of spoiler ruined that for me, I feel like. All right, now let's talk about this Elimination Chamber, because, listen, Trick is so amazing. I feel like he's one of those talents that's like once in a lifetime. When they come up from NXT, I don't think we've seen someone shine this bright like this.
No.
Like, and maybe it's because I just started watching again in 2020, so maybe that's me. So I didn't see nothing from NXT that really took fire, like maybe an Asuka or whatever. But the work that he did down at NXT and with TNA endeared him to this whole audience, to the point where he shows up on SmackDown and everybody knows the song and everybody knows him. And it's so amazing and kind of awe-inspiring that when he comes out and he's spinning on this platform, I'm like, oh my God, guy. Like, I would think you have been on the main roster for years at this point. Like, it's almost like he's outshined anyone who's come up in a long time, which I would argue he has. And so I think having him in Elimination Chamber was amazing. I think that having Javon in the Elimination Chamber was also great. I'm just going to tell you that the men's Elimination Chamber was my favorite, but I also think because it had all the drama, right? Like the women's Elimination Chamber was just wrestlers wrestling, right? It wasn't like last year where we had like
Jade coming in and beat the shit out of Naomi.
Scare the crap out of all of us and beat down Naomi in the chamber. Like, that was missing. And so, do you think it was a good idea to take Jay out of this match?
No. I think it was stupid. To put Logan Paul in there, that's stupid. But then again, maybe I get it because they needed to have one of the people of the Vision to be in there. But I still think it's stupid. They could have took anybody else out. They could have took Cody out since he wasn't going to win. But
they could have taken Cody out. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
But they needed Logan Paul. Yeah, they needed Logan Paul to be in there. But
Jay
it also need to be in there?
No. So also it makes sense too. If that's not who they really was going for, and the reason why they let him win, or they told him, because we watch on Reels, they probably was like, all right, Jay's gonna go for the cover. Tell Jay to go for the cover or whatever. So in essence, that makes sense because maybe Bronson was supposed to win, and then the injury took him out. So because then that would have been classic. Because if Bronson was in the match, and then Seth comes and takes Bronson,
okay,
then that really made sense. Because now remember, he said he respected him because he took him out, and now I'm taking you out.
Yes,
right.
That would have made sense too. Yeah.
So I get why Jay wasn't in there, why they had to figure a way to get him out. However, it also now opens up the floodgates because now we have two members of the bloodline getting hurt and no one knows who did it, which leads open to many plethora of ideas. I had an idea it could have been Roman. I have an idea that it definitely could be Cody. I have an idea that it could be Drew just because he's petty. I have an idea that it could be somebody from the Vision who decided they want to start taking people out. But my bet is really that it's Cody because it makes better sense for it to be Cody to take out Jacob and then to take out Jay, who's his best friend, his brethren, to turn him fully heel.
Not his brethren.
I'm just saying. I watched a little bit of their of his show when he had Jay on there, and Jay's so socially awkward, which is so hilarious because I'm like, oh, look at you. You just, he was like, yeah, I don't. And I'm like, oh, you're so socially awkward. But I get it. I understand. I'm so.
Who is it in the right moments, right? Like, I do. Well, yeah, this is a good one. I did want to thank you for answering that because this was my thought as I was watching the match because I was really ticked on SmackDown. But then, I mean, not as ticked now because obviously Logan Paul got his behind handed to him multiple times throughout that.
He sure did.
Did y'all see that man's back? Okay, because
can we talk about the throw through the chamber to the cage where it was like, and you heard it and he went. I was like, ooh, it's definitely sounds like you hurt. And then he was like, yeah, look at the back. And I said, oh, that means that scream was for real. That was pain. You weren't expecting to get that.
No. Shenanigans afoot. It looked like it hurt. And I did also appreciate that beatdown moment because I was like, oh, okay. And okay, granted, Logan Paul may be a great guy in person or a normal guy. But right now, this was really enjoyable to watch him get his behind hands. And
he was talking about
especially because he got all those cheap pins. You know what I'm saying?
I was waiting for a drone. I was waiting for a drone to come when he climbed. I was waiting for a drone to show up somewhere. I figured when he was climbing, a drone was up there and he was about to like do the drone or the phone or whatever.
I did too. Thank you. Thank you.
So I really thought that was going to happen for real.
The drone. I mean, I'm glad that it didn't take us out the match for him to have another social media moment. So I appreciate that. Besides, I feel like Seth was the social media moment, and not just Seth. Drew was a social media moment, right? Like you had shenanigans afoot at the end of this match, and Randy, right? Like, how could it just worked really well? I feel like this was probably my favorite elimination chamber match this year. I think that they did a really good job of what
he's saying
that
about
men's
Kevin
match
Owens
was. He said craziness. You didn't see that. Kevin Owens was on the
Kevin
2K.
Owens could have been the one who came out the box. That would have been great.
Kevin Owens would not be in a box.
I mean, I'm saying he could have had a.
He would not.
Oh, you know what they could have did? They could have had a list in the box, and then I would have gave another little. That could have been Kevin, or that could have been Chris Jericho. I'm just saying. Anyway, sorry. Let's thought about it.
You know what? No, I don't hate that. I'm like, okay. So if they, you know what they would have did that would have made me really happy if Don Hassan came out the box and then Kevin gave him a stunner. That would have been the best part. I feel like. I mean, because really he's a comedy act. He's not like, you know what I mean? Like he's comic relief. He's not going to be this dominant champion like a Obafemi. So just what I think. Anyway, back to what I was saying. But this was my favorite, and I think. I love the idea of Drew and Randy at WrestleMania. But I even don't care if Drew loses the title to Cody this week and it's Cody and Randy at WrestleMania. Either one works out nicely for me, I feel.
Yes, because then by that time. Ooh, hold on.
Okay. The fingers are tingling. What's happening?
So let's say that happens, right? Cody wins. Then he goes to WrestleMania. By that time, Jay is back. It's Jacob. And they cost him the title. And then we can get the real complete story that they somehow failed to do with Bianca, Jade, and Naomi.
And this is where we're going.
Because now it'd be like, nah, it was Cody. And then we run the tape back. Oh, it was Cody. Run the tape back again. It was Cody, and then Cody be like,
"I do what I had to do." What's Cody gonna say?
I don't know.
Listen,
fight me, and then they fight him. I'm like, yeah.
I mean, Drew does need his Mania moment.
And Randy gets the championship. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there.
Listen, I am okay if Cody is not going to go into a championship.
Can it be Sammy? Oh, that'd be great too. Anyway, yeah, sorry.
Candace said that. Candace just said that. All right, excellent work, y'all too. Working together. The vibes are being shared at this moment.
We're hitting those electrodes, the wavelengths, the whatever, the satellites. You know, our brains are just
girl.
What?
It's all coming together. I love this for you. I love it. I will say, but. Let's talk about this masked man situation because I need to break this down because I had a feeling. So as we were watching this on SmackDown, and I was like, and even like random person from Seth's wrestling school.
I mean, that's right? One thing. Y'all be putting everybody together like that's who we are.
Mm-hmm. All right, question mark. A random person from Seth's wrestling school. Then again, during the match, we get another random person. I was like, blonde guy, don't know who that is. And then Adam was hilarious because he goes, "Who are you?" Because that's also what we said. Like, sometimes I feel like they do a good job of asking what the audience is feeling here. I knew the moment that Seth walked into that ring, that was Seth, right? Because he didn't climb up nothing. He just walked right into the ring and did what he had to do. And then he was so petty that he stayed to ensure that Logan Paul was eliminated before he walked out. And then Paul Heyman's face.
His face is like he saw a ghost.
I was like, did you realize you effed up yet? Is this your moment where you realize that? Because I've been thinking this since the whole vision started. And if it means it puts this nonsense to rest, hallelujah. I'm ready for it to go. I'm ready for it to go because the vision has failed. And I'm really excited to see Seth take his place. The only thing I'm a little sad about right now is I was really looking forward to an Roman and a Seth WrestleMania event. And I think that ship has sailed for this year. I'm pretty sure it's just CM Punk and Roman, and then Seth and probably somebody from the
unless vision. Seth comes and be petty and make sure CM Punk's lose.
I hope he does that I mean, I rock with his petty. I told you, he is consistent.
And then now Seth and Roman
he did. He executed the perfect stomp.
He did.
He did, Candace.
That's how I kue it was him. I was like, oh no.
She said all those other. Wait a minute. I'm putting this up here. Wait a minute. We're not letting you hang out with Russell Faith or Monty anymore.
You have been corrupted.
They were crunchy. They were crunchy. All right, here we go. My only problem is that it'll be the second year in a row where Cody is the champ at Mania, and he'll probably lose it to Randy just so he can make it to his 15th title, just like Cena last year. Okay. Rock with me for a minute.
Okay.
I want Randy to make it to his 15th title.
Like, I want deserving.
I'm like, can he make it to his 15th title? The thing about Randy is in his like energy and his move set, he is so impressive that as a champion, it just works. So when he loses, it's very confusing. It's almost like, well, I thought you can do it out of anywhere. Like, I'm really confused as to why you're not champion. He has such a dominant kind of aura that it's weird when he loses matches. So he needs to be the next champion. Like, I have no problem. Again, I'm telling you that there's at least one title that needs to move and move and move and not be the same person for an extended period of time.
Okay, hold on. I'm about to go back to a match that wasn't on this card. But I don't know if it was Elimination Chamber or for something else. That match, you talk about Randy and his skill set just reminded me about that match between him and Edge.
Mm-hmm.
And when they had that fall count anywhere and they were in the bet. Listen, if this man don't win, if he hasn't proved that he is worthy and deserving and dedicated to his craft by that match alone and every other match after that, I don't know. Something's wrong with y'all. I'm going to say it's a conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy?
Mm-hmm. And we riot.
I don't know. We riot. I'm going to do that. We can riot for that. Because what's going on here? I will co-sign this. Because I feel like Randy should be the next champion. I don't know where Roman fits in all the shenanigans. I don't know where all the other things are.
Mm-mm.
But I also think the problem is that they only using him at specific times, so you can't build a story when he's not. But I really, really want Randy as champ. I do think if Randy is a champ, he could really help build newer stars like Javon and Trick, and that could definitely cook 100%, because now it's time for Trick to get in that mix too, right? Like, this would fly a little bit better than Cody and the Obafemi, because y'all saw that nonsense, and I never want to revisit that. Like, unless it's going to have a complete finish in which Cody loses, I'm good.
Yeah, no.
I'm good.
And then since you just brought up Obafemi, can we talk about that controversy that the person was trying to start and they kind of backfired? No, I got to.
Harley Cameron. Okay.
Whoever she was, I don't know her name. I'm not gonna.
Her name is Harley Cameron.
I wasn't gonna put her name up there, but that's fine.
We all know.
I just think this is another thing too, right? Because there's gonna be meet and greets. Like when I went to go meet Naomi.
Oh no, that's not okay. You talking about the girl fan?
Yes, that's
not Cameron. Okay, I'm sorry. You talking about the girlfriend? I'm talking about the girlfriend. All right, cool. There was two things with him this week. Sorry, carry on.
What was the other thing that happened?
I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead, and I'm gonna get the story.
Okay. Us as fans, we feel like we're so obligated because we spend money, but we forget that there are people, that there's germs, that there's a whole bunch of other stuff. And just because he didn't want to do whatever pose you wanted to do, one, ma'am, you white, he black. Let's put those into perspectives. You white, he black. So let's just say this pose that you had, how do you don't know that you weren't going to sit here and say that he did something to you? Just think about that for a second. Just think about that for a second. You could have sat here and flipped that around. So if anything, if somebody wants to protect their energy and protect to make sure that you cannot accuse them of doing any such thing, then they will protect that way. That does not mean that they're difficult. That does not mean that they are not professional. That does not mean that they're the worst person in the world. You sound like an entitled motherfudger. And I'm happy everyone clapped back at you. And I'm clapping back at you because I'm going to tell you right now. When y'all meet me in person, if I don't want to hug you, Understand, I'm protecting my peace. I don't need the nonsense. And like I said, when I met Naomi, I talked about it, and she embraced me. I didn't embrace her until after she embraced me. It's just respecting people's spaces and eras, and that's all I got. That's all I got to say. That's it.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, sorry, my bad. That's a whole different story with Hurley Cameron, and I'll tell y'all in a minute. But no, my bad. I got them mixed up. No, I absolutely remember this story, and I thought it was ridiculous when it first came out because you paid for a picture. That's it. Like, how you get the picture, you could be standing over here, and I could tell you not to touch me, period. You know what I'm saying? There are people who have personal boundaries, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I do think we need to respect that. Like, not everyone's going to be Jay. You know what I mean? He's going to do all the things. And Naomi embraced you, but if she didn't feel like it would have been fine. So, listen. I didn't appreciate that post. It really did piss me off, too. I was like, you're grinning in the picture, but 2 seconds later, you got all this to say.
Yeah, you didn't look like you were dissatisfied to me. You were happy. So tell me how that makes sense.
Disrespectful. I'm like, disrespectful. But it's part of the course when you're a public figure. All right, sorry. I was trying to figure out what happened with Harley Cameron, and she left Twitter because on Dynamite, there was a spot involving Penelope Ford where there was a little hubbub that she wasn't caught properly and therefore was a bit injured.
I did. I kind of told you that.
Yes.
I watched them move out the way. They went like this.
That's the thing we were talking about.
Slide over. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. Well, listen. How many people don't catch people? Remember when we saw Mustafa Ali?
Yes, but that was a blatant. Just like even like with Kalani. No, because even with Kalani, she moved over too. She was like, I ain't catching Alexa. She moved over and it felt like she did something. I was like, girl, you moved over too much.
She did. Yeah, the internet dragged her because she was entitled and she didn't deserve the privilege of being in his orbit. In my opinion. I was like, you could have just sat outside somewhere. You were going to be that kind of way. You need to appreciate things. They could have just canceled on you, which has happened. Like, there's lots of times they don't.
Some of these meet and greets are free. When I went to go meet Naomi, I ain't paid for nothing. They get you to try to like pay for whatever is inside the thing, but you don't pay for your picture. There's a WWE. I think you
might have had to pay for that one.
Maybe. Who knows? I know I didn't have to pay for Naomi's picture. And on top of that, you're taking it with your phone. This is not WrestleCon. WrestleCon, you pay these people to because that's how they make their money. But
we support. We support.
Anyway.
So with that.
So what happened?
Is there anything else? Oh, that was it. I just told you. That's it. It has nothing to do with Oba. I just read something crazy. Anyway, anything else? You guys tell us while you guys are in the comment. What was your biggest surprise of the night? We don't spend a whole bunch of time talking about our surprises and how we feel WrestleMania is going to be. I feel like there's a lot that we still have to cover before we get to WrestleMania. So I hope they really buckle down on the storytelling so that it feels worth it. Yeah. Candace, moonsaults executed outside the ring are dangerous. No. You know what?
You're going to act like you're going to tell me that you didn't watch her move over because it's very clear. She looked up, saw she was about to do it, and moved over. And Willow was like, oh, okay, I'll catch you. Like, girl, no. It was like a quarterback who, like, they talked too much junk, and they was like, I'm going to say something, and I'm going to move out the way with them sack you. Like, what do you...
Have you not seen... It's happened multiple times. You know how many times we've seen wrestling matches where people do moves, and we're like, why are you... Remember when Mustafa Ali fell out by himself, and we were all was like, dang, y'all didn't even try to catch the man. He just over there falling. Like... Y'all love him? Like, what's happening? And then the whole wrestling community got upset. And Mustafa was like, it was my bad. I was in the wrong space. So he said, is it bad if I say none? I'm done.
No, it's not. That's how you feel. That's your opinion. I respect it.
Listen, some of y'all need to work out your own personal issues. Be better humans and like, do the best you can. Wrestling is not ballet. They tell you that all the time. Anytime you do something, it's a potentially dangerous move and you hope for the best. Say a few prayers before you go into the ring. Sorry, maybe communicate overly, son. And then you have to remember a lot of times there's mistakes that happen. Like we saw LA Knight fall from the little rope and then he got back up and kept going. Like things happen. It's okay. That's all I'm saying. With that, we want to thank you guys for hanging with us today. Talking about Elimination Chamber with y'all has been the highlight of my afternoon because I'm probably going back to sleep with some Tylenol at this point because I got work in the morning. But we got some answers before we say goodbye. But hanging with y'all is a blast every time, and we appreciate your support. We appreciate all the comments and likes. We answer
and shares.
We answer. We are here. So if you have thoughts and feelings on our clips, share. We'll be there. And bring a friend next time. You know what I'm saying? Bring a friend who likes wrestling and want to hang with us. We are very welcoming. We always want y'all to participate and be interactive, as you have seen. It was crazy. Yeah. LA, it's okay. LA Knight, he did what he did, and it's all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. LA Knight, I do want to say this. I feel like his window on being a champ is closing, and I don't know why that's happening yet. But I also feel like in some cases you have to be kind of flawless, right? I feel like they look for that. And he's made some mistakes. And we saw the one on Unreal. We saw this one. And I'm pretty sure there was another one we saw not too long ago. But we were like, what is happening?
Let's be clear. Let's act like no one else don't make no mistakes either.
They do.
He is just as deserving as anybody else. And the problem is that they're so focused on their main characters is that they don't care about anybody else.
That's fair. But again, we talked about that. That's a failure of storylines, right? That's a failure of creating umbrella stories where you can toss people in and out of it and create a cohesive.
I mean, you should put LA Knight back as whatever his name was, Max Dupree.
No.
Well, they should put it back because they don't want to utilize him how he is as LA Knight.
No, I don't want to see him be Max Dupree, not never. But I do hate it for him. I feel like he could have been champion by now. But again, if you would move that daggone title, we would have more champions. And therefore, we would not be stuck here in this abyss of crazy of the same freaking people. That is what I do feel like AEW does better. Sorry, I'm not talking about AEW today, you guys, because I frankly didn't watch it yet. So I'm going to have to catch up on that and then, hit you up on eventually I'll try to catch up on my Kiara's hot takes. All right, with that, again, we want to thank you for joining us today. We had a great time. Elimination Chamber was a moment, to be sure, kids say. Make sure you guys are paying attention to the Twitters because that's where all the storylines are happening, apparently. So make sure you're on the socials to keep up with what's happening with the Beckys and the Romans and the CM Punk responded to Roman conversation that he was tired, about as tired as that audience was, which, I mean, CM Punk do look pretty tired at the end of his matches. I mean, he got a bit of a point there, but CM Punk said he was too tired to show up at Chicago. So it was a bit of a kerfluffle there on between those two. We want to remind you that you should hit subscribe and hit like on wherever you are currently watching us. Feel free to send us diamonds if you're on TikTok.
Yes.
Make sure you not only subscribe to all of our channels, but we do have a podcast, so you can also listen to us. And where can they do that, Tanisha?
You guys can listen to us at iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Amazon Audible, Pocket Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube Music, where you can actually download us and listen to us offline.
That's right.
Also, you can follow us individually. Me, Tanisha, at Tanisha_MamaPod on Instagram and on Facebook. Nope, I am not on Facebook. Sorry. Instagram and TikTok. You can follow Kiara at KiaraMamaPod. No spaces, no underscores on Facebook, Twitter. Nope. X. Nope.
Okay. Okay, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Kiara Mama Pod. You can find me at TikTok at Kiara Mama Pod, but I'm going to tell you, I don't really have time for those. But then you can also find me on X as Content Vixen. Is that better?
Yeah. Yep, that's it.
Wonderful. With that, we want to remind you, we have a merch store. So you need to visit us at maineventmamaspodcast.com where you can see our blogs and all of our content, videos, everything you could possibly think of, including our merch store. So if you haven't seen our brand new rule book for adulting, it's here. It's available on our merch store. And then also you'll be catching up on some of our other merchandise throughout this week because I have quite a few things coming in and I can't wait to show you my brand new hoodie. Okay, y'all ready. So make sure y'all do that. Don't forget to subscribe to our Patreon and our Facebook squad because you want to be in the know when we're going live because half the time we don't know. And with that,
hold on. And also, we just put out our true crime podcast, Aftermath. It is actually in an audible version. So
audio.
Really, huh? What did I say?
Audio. Audible.
What did I say? I said audible.
Audible.
Audio. Sorry. Audio version, and is literally 10 minutes. Listen, tell us what you think. Learn about Nia Wilson.
That's right. Now. Excellent. One more thing she forgot to mention about that. Uh-oh. This is our 3rd episode of our Aftermath podcast. You could also find that on our website. We have case files, so you can click and read the reports on our blogs and all the things. And if you want to do it for a project, if you need to, we hold you down because I got kids in school and I understand you needing resources and all of that. Yeah. So with that, we want to say we're not new to this.
We're so true to this. And this was Main Event Mamas Midday with the Mamas. Live. See y'all later.